Today I'm going to be recording a track for a single that I'm going to put out this year, which is 2016. So yeah, it's going to be it's with a producer called Micall Parknsun, who's also a rapper. He's quite well known on the underground UK scene, and yeah, the plan is to try and get the whole song recorded today, which in the afternoon, which I think for my recording process is a bit of a feat. Like it'll take some work, and I guess I'll introduce you to the way I record quite visually. My musical background started with me as a young kid. My parents were quite religious. I used to go to church. When I was young, I used to sing in choirs and stuff like that. Not with the church really. It was more with school. But I used to sing a lot. I think a lot, and I think I used to enjoy it. And it's something that it's funny because I used to do it, and it's not something that I truly remember of my past as well as my childhood. I suppose if you have quite a strong script, as you're saying, or a clear which in music you'd have a good song structure, and you've got a real idea where that's going to sit and how it's going to look. You've got a very strong outcome of it being close to your idea or your perspective or your dream, you know. And I think that's really important. If you go in and you think, oh well, I've got a hook here and I'm not sure quite how this sits, and you know, then the chances of the track being a really tight, you know, it can be lucky if someone puts it together in that way that it manages to be it film or be it. And I mean, I suppose I've been involved in a lot of video process as well, and it's really helped me to know that planning is really crucial, and you know, being really thoughtful about the outcome, how the shots are going to look, how the shots are going to be cut, obviously saying into film. But I mean, that's the same as music, as I see the hook, you know, the verse is this, it's going to finish here, the hook's going to drop here, the backend's going to sound like this, you know, and I might try some different ideas, but I want to have a real good idea of what that's going to be. So basically I'm just going to start doing some recording. I'm using Cubase 5. It's pretty old school, to be honest, but it's just a means for me to record vocals to send to producers. I don't mix or master my own vocals. The reason is just mainly at the moment time to kind of learn how to do that. Maybe later in life if I've got more time, then I will. So I'm just gonna label this on the up. Oh, it's called on the up on the thing, so I'll keep it like that, on the up. So I just need to find a beat. On the up. So I suppose this track's like pretty typical boom bap, but it's got something. I like it. When I heard it, it conveyed something to me. I do other stuff with which is more musical, has more different musical elements in it, which I like as well. So, but it's nice to do some straight up stuff. So, right, so what I'm going to do now is do a test record. I need to take this out because I'll get loads of feedback otherwise. I'm probably going to re-record this anyway. As I say, like I record stuff, and then I wasn't happy where it was. I knew it wasn't tight enough. I hadn't learned it.
Truth is worth unbelieving. Been chewed through the earth, still reprieving. Hurt as my reason to feel not cursed. Healing others through my torture we cost, but the prospects are on the up. On the good foot, a lost steps are on the up. Looking good now, you got vexed. I'm on the up. From the cold mines, my reflexes collar up.
That's kind of like a bit of the hook. So. Well, that is the hook basically.
Yo, I don't have to prove to them or even prove to me, just accept the feeling in myself I act removed from, feeling that I'm getting closer to the goal, non-existent when it's myself in the instance I'm removed from, like getting close to some treasure or a lasting pleasure, grow deceptive for the, nah, didn't like that.
I want to be really picky these days, like I say, because I don't want to trail through like 15 takes and half of them are just crap. I always find this really awkward, man.
I don't have to prove to them or even prove to me, just accept the feelings in myself I act removed from, feeling that I'm getting closer to the goal, non-existent when it's myself in the instance I'm removed from, like getting closer to some treasure or a lasting pleasure, grow deceptive from the measure, things I treasure still removed from.
We'll save that. The worst thing is, if you're in a studio and you've been recording something and you've got about 3 really hot takes and either yourself or the man that you're recording with hasn't saved it, and then the computer crashes, which always happens. I remember being in a studio for nearly 13 hours and that happening. I was not happy. And this was the day when you used to back things up at that.
It feels like everything is crushing, all for nothing, full for suffering. Still I still watch it buffering, hold it all strong. Or is it all pretense I call it strength? Cause what I build is fast to seal the death.
Just making sure that everything I'm saying is what it should be, you know, and that becomes with pronunciation, and it's really, really important. Sometimes, again with my dyslexia, it makes me laugh. It's like, I can't think there's this other track, and instead of things being the word that they should be, I pronounce it in a different way, so it's like a word that doesn't exist. And it's actually just through kind of thinking the word is that, but which is quite funny when I listen to, there's an example of it in one of the tunes, and I listen back to it and I was like, that's not a word, that's not how you say it. It should have been an E or something, and instead I've pronounced it as it's got an O in it. But you know, it's cool.
Taking reins on the wildness, the dish and tube was shit, but I'm clearing out now. Shallow pains find the range, panic known, hunger, famine grown, understanding true fear. But underneath this comfort, there's peace, something grew near. Showing me stillness in the moment, breathe the tears, fall without arrest, make the growing anger manifest, but try let it lie in the torture of the past. Hard been vulnerable and walk without the mask in these hard structures, institutionalizing narrative, laws that ain't even for demon cause, dominate the shores, plays lies with the rust to keep us indigenous to progress, a whole road stress, manipulate it with fangs, truth lies close to where they used to let the crook hands.
It took some time, and there was some parts of it. I guess my actual process of recording is, you know, I do a lot of takes, and I know some people can just do B1 takers and stuff like that, but I think I'm trying to improve the performance of my songs. But I think to be an artist, or where I've got to today, has been because I've worked really hard at, you know, trying to improve it, and it's not been easy. It's not like, I know some people are quite natural with their talent and their writing, but I suppose with my dyslexia and other things, I know dyslexia is actually helping sometimes with the way we creatively think, but in other ways that it is a hindrance. And even for live shows, I have to do a lot of rehearsing to remember my words and stuff, and I can't just pull out bars on the spot like some people can.
Sitting lonely on that raw song. Truth is worth unbelieving, been chewed through the earth, still reprieving. Hurt as my reason to feel